Entrepreneur Training Institute. My name is Dr. Kimberly Shedrick. Now I'm discussing the Small Business Planner. So the purpose of me giving you this bird's eye view of how the classes are going to function is so that you understand what you're getting into, what your success looks like. The difference between the traditional colleges and the university and the Entrepreneur Institute is it's self-paced, meaning the classes, the course curriculum is there for you. You don't have an instructor that's going over it and grading your assignments. That's not what this is about. Your grade is when you get into the market if your business fails or succeeds. 9 times out of 10, most entrepreneurs start their business and they just do an LLC and maybe just a quick little business plan that they get at the library. And you wonder why it doesn't really succeed or you don't do as well. Another challenge is what ends up happening is you spend so much time not planning that when it comes to doing the business, it's not functioning correctly, you're overworking, things aren't working correctly, departments aren't working, products aren't working. This allows you to go through the planning process and get it right the first time out. You will notice a difference when we're talking about the Small Business Planner versus the Online Business Planner. It's a lot more to it. It's more robust. The booklet itself is 120 pages. The purpose is I want to make sure that you detail the pieces of your business out so that when you're writing your business plan and you're implementing your business, you can almost guarantee your success. Why? Because you've planned for any falls, any issues, any challenges in the market. You've taken the time to really plan through how you're going to do your business. Many individuals will already have their business going, but 9 times out of 10, you haven't done this portion, which is the planning. This is so important and valuable to the success of your business. I've gone into businesses that literally had no plan, had no policies, had no procedures. Things were going crazy. They thought they had a good product that ran well for 2 to 3 years, and then things started to fall. Because as you may not recognize, we're in an economy. The economy has a swing up and down. If you have not factored that into your product, your sales, your market, you're not really going to make it that far. So unless you're trying to get into a business just to start something for the next couple of years, if you want it to be something long-term or sustainable, you really need to plan it out. And another thing you'll notice is that the more planning you do, the easier it will be to implement, the easier it will be to operate because you're operating it based on the plan. You always heard that if you don't plan, you plan to fail, so you want to plan. Now, I always go through the process of telling individuals these pages, the worksheets, are where you're writing into them. This allows you to, while you're thinking, while you're going through the classes, the information, you can write right into the formula. But another tool is that it allows your brain to analyze, to evaluate, to contemplate what to do, when to do, how to do, what you're going to need, resources, where you wouldn't necessarily go through that process if you're just reading and then inputting it or answering a question. You're actually building it. Now, you should be able to take this small business planner and implement it into your small business plan. And the difference is when I first started my first business that I was contracted for $10.9 billion. When I went to the bank and I showed him my numbers, the CEO said, "This looks like you just went to the library and picked up some numbers," which I